You plug in your phone at night. The battery icon climbs quickly, then slows down. Sometimes it stops at 80% and waits. If you are used to machines obeying simple commands, this feels suspicious. The charger is connected. The outlet works. Why is the phone refusing to fill the battery? The answer is that your phone is not treating the battery like a cup. It is treating it like a chemical system with trade-offs. Fast charging, full charging, heat, battery lifespan, and your morning schedule are all competing priorities. The phone is not only asking, how much energy can I add right now? It is also asking, how much stress should I create to get there? That 80% pause is not failure. It is a maintenance decision. The bucket metaphor is intuitive and wrong. A lithium-ion battery stores energy by moving lithium ions between materials inside the cell. Charging changes the chemical state of that system. The battery percentage on your screen is an estimate of where that system sits between practical limits. It is not a perfect measurement of a liquid volume. That distinction explains why software matters. The phone watches voltage, current, temperature, charging history, and other signals, then decides how aggressively to charge. The display turns a complex electrochemical process into one friendly number. That simplification is useful, but it hides the important fact. Adding the next unit of energy is not equally easy, equally fast, or equally gentle at every point in the charge. Charging often feels fastest when the battery is lower, because the system has more room to accept energy aggressively. As the charge level rises, the phone becomes more cautious. Current may taper. The charging rate slows. The last stretch can take disproportionately longer than the middle. This is not unique to phones. Many systems are fast when conditions are forgiving and slower near a boundary. A parking lot is easy to fill when many spaces are open. The final few cars require more searching. A battery is not literally a parking lot, but the analogy captures the operational point. Proximity to the limit changes the strategy. The progress bar looks linear. The underlying process is not. Heat is one of the most important hidden variables in charging. A battery does not experience charging as a clean number moving upward. It experiences electrical and chemical stress, and temperature is part of that stress. Charging while the phone is hot, leaving it in a warm environment, or asking it to do demanding work while charging can change the conditions. This is why a phone may slow charging when it gets warm. It is protecting the system from the combination of speed and heat. People often interpret slower charging as a weak charger or a broken phone. Sometimes it is. But sometimes the slowdown is the device refusing an expensive shortcut. Fast is not automatically efficient when the cost is paid in wear. A phone does not always need to reach 100% as quickly as possible. If it predicts that you will leave it plugged in overnight, it can delay the most stressful part of charging and finish closer to the time you usually unplug. This is why optimized charging features can feel mysterious. The phone is using your routine as an input. It sees a long charging window and trades urgency for gentler timing. In effect, the device turns time into a resource. If the battery can wait safely at a lower level and finish later, it may avoid spending unnecessary hours near full charge. The important design idea is bigger than batteries. A smart system does not only optimize the immediate task, it optimizes the task across the available window. 80% is not a magical cliff. It is a useful policy boundary. Some devices pause there temporarily as part of optimized charging. Some offer a setting that limits maximum charge to reduce battery wear. Some behave differently depending on temperature, routine, or device configuration. The number is a design choice placed inside a broader trade-off. A person who needs the longest possible battery life during a travel day may reasonably charge higher. A person whose phone spends most of the day near a charger may prefer a lower ceiling. There is no moral victory in ending the day with the perfect percentage. The useful question is whether your charging behavior fits your actual constraints instead of forcing one rule onto every day. The charging experience is also shaped by everything around the battery. The power adapter sets an upper limit. The cable has to support the connection. The phone negotiates what it can safely accept. The battery temperature changes while charging. The screen, processor, camera, navigation, or games may be consuming energy at the same time. So the number on the battery icon reflects a system, not one component. This is why swapping one cable can change the experience. why charging in a hot car can feel slow, and why a phone under heavy use may gain energy reluctantly. Troubleshooting works better when you stop asking, "Why is the battery weird?" and start asking, "Which part of the charging system is setting the limit right now?" You do not need to micromanage your battery all day. Use the device settings that match your routine. If your phone offers optimized charging or a charge limit, treat those as tools, not commandments. Avoid unnecessary heat when it is easy to avoid. Use a reliable adapter and cable. If charging suddenly becomes unusually slow, check temperature, cable condition, power source, and whether the phone is doing heavy work. Then move on. Batteries are consumable components. Good behavior can reduce avoidable wear, but no routine makes aging disappear. The goal is not to become the full-time caretaker of a rectangle. The goal is to understand the system well enough to stop fighting the protective decisions your phone is already trying to make. A phone pausing at 80% is a small example of a larger systems idea. Good machines do not always maximize the visible metric. Sometimes they preserve future performance by refusing the fastest possible path today. The user sees a battery bar that stopped moving. The system sees voltage, heat, time, expected need, and long-term wear. Both views are real, but one is much richer. This is the base layer lesson. The friendly number on the surface is not the mechanism underneath. When the phone waits, it is not being difficult. It is managing a trade-off the interface barely explains. The most useful response is not frustration. It is a better mental model. The pause is not lost time. The refusal is maintenance.